All right, so we got why Nykona Sharrowkyn is an absolute beast. I'm gonna be honest with you. I damn near had, I damn near had to restart my entire body. I had to restart my entire update system, just to say that guy's name. But we don't know anything about him. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, bro. We are that close to 8,000 subscribers. Make sure you guys follow my socials down below, by the way. It'll mean the absolute world. Thank y'all so much. And after this little promo, let's play the video.
G'day guys and gal. Absolute Beast and Raven Guard are not two words you often see together. Unfortunately, the Raven Guard are one of the legions that have been heavily sidelined in both the lore and the tabletop. But that doesn't mean there isn't diamonds hidden amongst the dung. In fact, one of the greatest Space Marine warriors to ever live, as well as one of the most enjoyable characters I've ever read about, is a Raven Guard, Nykona Sharrowkyn. This absolute dude survived the Isstvan drop site massacre, shot Fulgrim in the head with a sniper, made Lucius look like an absolute bitch, infiltrated an Alpha Legion base, faced down another traitor Primarch without flinching, and is even mostly responsible for the existence of the Primaris project, which actually saved the entire galaxy.
Oh, okay, so he be putting in some work. Okay, I like that. Okay, hey, okay. All right.
The dude has seen some shit and taken on even more. Easily the most underrated character in the entire setting, and certainly worth the next 10 minutes of your life.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yo, he got to be underrated because I've never even heard of anybody bring this guy up. So we'll learn more about him.
Before we get started, I have something pretty fucking awesome to show you. If you've never seen it before, that's because I had it custom commissioned for this video by my artist Alex. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it!
The Isstvan drop site massacre was absolutely brutal. Over 95% of the Salamanders, Iron Hands, and Raven Guard mowed down in minutes. Heroes who had epic tales of glory spanning over centuries of service cut down like they were nothing. The few survivors only really made it out due to luck and perhaps a slightly greater survival instinct. The legend that is Nykona Sharrowkyn survived purely on luck. He didn't wraith slip around and kill dozens of traitors with his swords and then jump back to safety. No, he was already wounded during the initial engagement and was receiving medical attention. His tale quite literally would have ended there if it wasn't for Sabik Wayland, a steadfast Iron Hand, grabbing the incapacitated Raven Guard and dragging him to a dropship. Their luck would continue as their dropship was one of the few that didn't get shot out of the sky. Luckier still, their strike cruiser was one of the few ships not destroyed in the Void battle in orbit and was able to escape. So yes, girth, skill, and badassery can do a lot, but sometimes it's literally—
Girth is crazy. Let's break that. Yo, girth is absolutely diabolical. How about, we're using the word girth now? I mean, obviously, Vulcan's girthy. Hey, yo, what I mean was, like, Vulcan, his muscles are girthy. I'm not talking about nothing else, okay? You nasties. I'm not talking about nothing else. I know y'all got this negative, just like aura towards Vulcan. And I know y'all want me to, get caught up in saying something sus about my sweet glorious king. I'll never get caught. As a matter of fact, bro, I'll legit, I'll catch it before I even say it. Come on, man.
just up to the whim of the universe, and in this case, the universe wanted to see Sharrowkyn fuck shit up. Sharrowkyn was now in the company of a ship full of Iron Hands, a couple Salamanders, and he himself the only Raven Guard. He recovered well, and alongside his shattered brothers, decided that they would do everything in their power to sabotage and fight back against the traitors.
Okay.
Now you might be wondering about Sharrowkyn's origins. Was he Terran or from Deliverance? Well, yeah, there is a little bit of lore here. He was from Deliverance and took part in Corvus's rebellion, being one of the first Raven Guard from the Primarchs' homeworld. However, as Sharrowkyn was one of those Code Red Turbo Penetrator super spies, his lore before Isstvan isn't very well known. It seems as if he was handpicked by Corvus to act as a lone wolf agent who would be sent out on solo missions to wreak havoc on the enemy. Thus, he seems to be put above even the more Dathan, the Raven Guard elite infiltrators. He also gained the Primarch's ability to wraith slip, more or less briefly going invisible, especially in the shadows. The final cherry on top was Corvus himself teaching Sharrowkyn how to fight. Since Corvus is one of the greatest Primarch fighters, this goes a long way to explain Sharrowkyn's incredible martial prowess. As soon as Sharrowkyn recovered from his wounds, he was back out pooning bitches. At first, he and his new brothers were pretty low-key, ambush a ship here, kill a traitor there, but they realized they needed to make more of an impact. Hence, they infiltrated a word-bearer facility in order to steal a device that could hack the traitor's previously unhackable comms network. Now, you might think they would slip in, take the device and escape, But no, Wayland and Sharrowkyn were able to get in, cause havoc, get the Dark Mechanicum forces to attack the Heretic forces, slaughter a Dark Apostle like he was a child, and then detonate the facility's nuclear reactor, wiping the entire area clear of life. These guys don't fuck around. With their newfound ability to hack trader comms, they discovered that Perturabo and Fulgrim were going to have a meeting. Sharrowkyn and Wayland perched themselves in a vantage point to watch. Their orders were to gather intel on the meeting, but then Sharrowkyn was like, what if I just shot Fulgrim in the head? And Wayland was like, fuck it, send it. So Calibunger it was, as Sharrowkyn shot Fulgrim in the head with an armor-piercing needle round. The bolt quite literally pierced Fulgrim's brain and caused him to faceplant. However, due to Fulgrim's enhanced regeneration, even by Primarch standards, as well as Fabius Bile being on hand, he was able to recover quickly. Sharrowkyn and Wayland then successfully escaped 2 entire legions chasing them. From there, the Shattered Loyalists followed the Iron Warriors and Emperor's Children, intent on stopping whatever they planned. They even ended up getting boarded by the Iron Warriors and Emperor's Children, where Sharrowkyn was able to duel and outclass Lucius, being one of the greatest swordsmen in the entire galaxy. Eventually, the Loyalists would attack the traitors during the climax of Angel.
Yo, I can't. Yo, he's him. Hey, this dude's him. Hey, props. Listen. Y'all know me. I'm not a hater. I mean, a lot of you guys hate on, Vulcan. I mean, some of you guys are haters. I'm sorry. I love you. Thank you, so much for watching my videos. I appreciate you guys so much for commenting and stuff like that. But I gotta keep it real for what what realists do. A lot of you guys are haters, bro. Like whenever it comes down to Vulcan, bro, I see all the comments, man, and it really saddens my heart, that I gotta bring all these comments, back to Vulcan and Vulcan, every time Vulcan sees these comments about him, bro, he literally breaks down in tears. Now, obviously, as my sweet glorious king, I'm there to, wipe the tears for him, because that's my job. That's my sweet glorious king. But other than that, bro, it just really makes us sad that, that y'all don't really show that support to him. But, I'm not a hater, man. Hey, I'm gonna give credit to where credit's due. Hey, this dude, bro, he's kind of comp. He's going up against just amazing competition. He's going up against people, bro, who are the skilled of all skilled at fighting and stuff like that, which is Lucius and stuff, right? That's his name, Lucius. I'm gonna be honest with you. You get props, yo. Hey, I like this dude. Yo, he might have to squeeze some stuff in my top 5.
Inadvertently saving Perturabo's life. Here, Sharrowkyn and Lucius would have their rematch, with Sharrowkyn brutally killing the obnoxious slut in a clean, fair duel, proving his absolute dominance over the swordsman. Obviously, Lucius would come back to life due to bullshit hacks, but the feat remains. Sharrowkyn gave Lucius his first true death.
Gave him the beats. Hey, yo, Sharrowkyn, I can't lie to you, man. Yo, Sharrowkyn, Marilyn, Sharrowkyn in 5. Wowzers. Hey, I can't lie to you. Yo, Sharrowkyn, you moved up in my top 5. Yeah. I like this dude, bro. I like this dude a lot. Wow. I never thought I'd ever see the day.
From here, you would think that the Alpha Legion, with their secrets, would be impossible to infiltrate, and you were probably right, but Sharrowkyn was going to give it a go anyway.
I like
After
that.
ambushing and boarding an Alpha Legion ship, killing an Alpha Legion Terminator in melee combat like it was nothing,
he's a risk taker.
Sharrowkyn uncovered a piece of intel that told the Loyalists where the Alpha Legion Primarch would be. They would then attempt to assassinate Alpharius himself. Bro has no chill.
None.
Now this next bit gets very confusing as it's the most Alpha Legion shit possible, and me attempting to go into detail explaining it would just confuse everyone more. But basically, Alpharius had been purging Loyalist Alpha Legionnaire elements from his legion, whilst his twin brother Omegan tried to help them and purge traitor elements in return. I'm already confused, but let's keep explaining.
Okay, let's go.
Alpharius saw that a sizable force of Loyalist Alpha Legionnaires had gathered, so he basically allowed an Alpha Legion ship to wander near the Shattered Loyalists, get boarded, then he himself, disguised as an Iron Hands captain, arrived to help them on his own ship, which was an Alpha Legion ship remade to look like an Iron Hands ship. He then helped the Shattered Loyalists to infiltrate and attack the Loyalist Alpha Legionnaires. Sharrowkyn could sense something was extremely fucking off about the whole thing, but since he was the only Raven Guard around in a massive group of Iron Hands who celebrated encountering other quote-unquote Iron Hands, his input didn't matter much. To Sharrowkyn's credit, he was able to infiltrate this Loyalist Alpha Legionnaire base and kill many of its defenders. However, this is where shit gets very wild, since there was loyalist Alpha Legionnaires, traitor Alpha Legionnaires disguised as Iron Hands disguised as Alpha Legionnaires, and Alpharius disguised as an Iron Hands captain. Mission goes wrong, but not before Sharrowkyn kills one of the greatest Alpha Legionnaire warriors in a duel, and then faces down Alpharius himself. Sharrowkyn is literally like, let's fucking go, bitch. But Alpharius says that Magnus asks him to spare Sharrowkyn, so he will let him leave. Sharrowkyn escapes the planet, and he and his few surviving brothers were able to get to the Sol system itself in time for the Siege of Terra. However, they could not get to Terra itself. Instead, they went to Luna to respond to an important distress signal. It turns out that there was an artifact on Luna that contained a copy of all the Primarchs' original genomes, the Magna Matter. The Magna Matter is what Belsarius Cawl used to upgrade the Space Marines and create the Primaris.
Hey, pause when I say this. Pause when I say this, right? I don't want nobody to be like, yo, what's going on here? Yo, man, he got the thickest thighs I've ever seen. Man, I've never... Yo, he out there looking... Yo, he got defensive lineman thighs. Like... Yo, listen. Oh. Hey, his thighs are so like thick and big, it's crazy. Like, now obviously like the armor makes up for it, but like, man, his whole body just sculpted. Right? He built like Megan the Stallion.
Currently, the traders had it, and if they took it with them, they would be able to create legions of super traders. Everyone would be fucked, as a big reason why the trader Space Marine legions are often so weak is because they have a really hard time creating new Space Marines, as they don't have the infrastructure to mass produce gene seed. Plus, their gene seed is often corrupted and unusable. So having the Magna Matter would literally give them an endless supply of super Chaos Marines. Not good. Realizing the importance of the device, the Shattered Loyalists fought to their last to give Wayland and Sharrowkyn time. Each of them died a hero as they fought against the Sons of Horus First Company Terminators, the Justarin.
Terminators is crazy.
Even then it wasn't enough, until Magnus the Red's flagship, the Photep, intervened and saved them. As Magnus asked Alpharius to spare Sharrowkyn, he also saved Sharrowkyn himself. Wayland leaves Sharrowkyn with the Magna Matter, giving up his own life to draw the traders away. This leaves Sharrowkyn alone on a refueling station, with only a fancy mechanical bird for company. With no other option, Sharrowkyn puts himself and the artifact into stasis, ending the known story of the legendary Raven Guard. I know you probably have a few questions. What happened to Sharrowkyn? Why did Magnus save him? How big is his cock? Well, first, it is clear that Sharrowkyn was uncovered and taken out of stasis at some point, as Cawl needed the artifact for the project. When that bit of lore will be discussed, I'm not really sure. Maybe in the last Siege of Terra book, maybe in the follow-up series that details the Scouring and the post-heresy conflicts. Magnus clearly saved Sharrowkyn in order for the Primaris project to eventually materialize. However, it's not really clear why Magnus wanted this. One theory is that the genetic upgrade of the Primaris may be used to stabilize his own gene seed and help with the rubric situation they have. Another is that Tzeentch really likes the great game and doesn't want it to end. Hence, the Loyalists getting a bunch of Primaris after the opening of the Great Rift would ensure that the galaxy would continue to exist in a state of conflict for longer. Or maybe it's the smallest shard of good that Magnus still has. Probably not. Magnus is a massive dickhead now. As for Sharrowkyn's cock, it's small and atrophied from lack of use, but his balls are fucking massive. He literally uses them as a counterweight for his jump pack. If you enjoyed the video and you want to support...
Shout out to my boy Majorkill, man, for this one. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yo, what was it? Sharrowkyn, right? That's his name. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. He got my respect. He got my respect, y'all. I like him a lot. The fact that, the fact that he was lucky enough to even be like basically carried out of like that whole situation where everybody got ambushed, my precious salamanders. The fact that he was lucky to even like get out of that situation, and he just kept going. I'm gonna be honest with you, yo, Sharrowkyn, and he gave Lucius the beats. I'm gonna be honest with you, yo, Sharrowkyn, you're in my top 5, no lie, bro. No, and I always knew I liked you, bro. Like, just by your look, I knew you was just cool, bro. I knew you just had aura. I like that, man. Comment down below what do you guys think of this one. Make sure you guys follow my socials down below at the bottom of the screen. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We're that close to 8,000 subscribers. And I'm gonna see y'all next time out. Peace out.